Following segment sponsored by One Source Insurance.
You know, having someone to help when it comes to making a decision on Medicare plans can be invaluable. And this morning we want to welcome Kathy Gage from One Source Insurance and One Source client Judy Jones to Daytime for a discussion on how having someone on your side when deciding on a Medicare plan is vitally important. Good morning to you both.
Good morning, Chris.
Miss Judy, let's start with you. Talk about the process of working with Kathy. What was that like?
Wonderful. At the time I didn't know anything about Medicare or the benefits, so I needed somebody, and I've known Kathy for years, so it had to be her.
What did you learn when you started working with her?
There's a lot of choices out there.
Yes.
A lot.
Did you learn anything that kind of surprised you, that kind of caught you off guard about Medicare plans?
About all of it, really.
But I bet
there was just so much to...
Well, how surprised were you when you found out there was no charge for these services?
Surprised. Of course, I kind of know, because I know Kathy, so
yes.
I knew there wasn't, which is a wonderful thing.
And Kathy, we've talked about this before. Judy's story is one that you see a lot. I mean, a lot of folks need some help getting their Medicare plan all lined out, don't they?
They do, because there's so many choices, and
right.
It's just really hard for somebody that doesn't do this all the time to sit down and just navigate through it. And so that's where we're always here to help, and just happy to do that.
And let's talk about Miss Judy's plan. Talk about when you began to work with her. Talk about the process that y'all went through.
Well, we just, started out by looking at what our needs were, and then checking all of our doctors, prescriptions, that type of thing, and then you just start narrowing it down and talking about different things to where you can come up with a really good plan so that there's not any surprises for them going forward.
And she did that.
She did that for you. I was going to ask you, what advice do you have for our viewers out there that are watching this right now when it comes to Medicare planning?
Find someone and talk to them, and just go from there. And
someone exactly like Kathy.
Yeah, and like Kathy said, you've got to work and find out what their needs are, because everybody's is not the same.
And it seems like, a lot of the stories are the same. There's always some differences from client to client.
Yes.
And you're there to help them with any question that they have when they walk through the door.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just happy to help them, and I love doing this, and it's just so much fun to help people and know that they're going to go forward the next year or after they get on their Medicare, that they're not going to be surprised about anything, or that it's going to be an easy thing for them to navigate through.
And if there are changes from year to year, you're keeping up with all of that and have that advice for them the next time open enrollment comes
She
around.
does.
Right. We talk with them every year about that.
So always good advice. Oh,
yes.
Miss Judy, thank you so much for coming by and sharing your story with us
You're
today.
welcome.
And Kathy, thank you for all you're doing to help folks around here. It's a difficult time when you're talking about Medicare, especially for the first time people looking at Medicare.
Yeah,
it is.
Right. Thank you so much. We got some information for you right here. It's One Source Insurance Group. They're there for you during open enrollment and during Medicare planning.
The preceding segment sponsored by One Source Insurance.